Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the basics of oil painting, and these are the things that you will need to get started. A canvas, which I already sketched out our piece that we're working on today. You'll need your oil. I use walnut. Some people like linseed. You can also use olive oil if that's what you have. I have our paints and our paintbrushes. These are from Rosemary & Co. They're super great. And then the ones I have here are from Color by Felix. They're super fluffy, so soft. And then we have our palette, which is, for me, just a piece of glass if you have that laying around, or you can use a plate from your kitchen. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So I like to use walnut oil. Some people like linseed. You can also use olive oil if you want. And you'll just need a little bit. A little bit goes a long way for sure. Okay guys, so we have our reference photo here and it's sketched out on our canvas. So we're going to go ahead and pull colors from this onto our palette. Okay, so we have our colors. I already started blending some, as you can tell. We have our cool colors here, and we have our warm colors here. I listed those out in the notes below so you can see what those are. And we're gonna go ahead and just blend some colors for our painting. Okay guys, so now we're gonna add our shadows in. This is the Color by Felix M3 paintbrush. It's a good size and shape for this just basic shadow portion of your piece. And I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward through this for you guys. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and put our sky in. For my reference photo, it's very simple, pretty plain. So we're gonna go ahead and just start at the very tip of where all your details begin, and then you can go ahead and blend up into the sky from that point. Okay guys, so I have my inspiration photo up here, and we're gonna kind of just look at the details of the shapes, not necessarily like all the lines. So we're gonna go from our shadows to our medium color, and we'll worry about like the highlights and the real details later. So let's go ahead and place our medium color just right above the shadows. And the great thing about oil paints is that you can move it and blend it all throughout your session because it does not dry. It takes a while for oil paints to dry. It takes about a week actually for them to really get settled, and you can't move them around again. So we're just gonna place this on top of the shadows and blend it together later. So the great thing about painting is that you can change whatever you want from your reference photo. So there is like some trees back in the background with some fog over them. And I decided that I'm just gonna do a mountain behind this row of trees right here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. This is a little too dark for my taste, so I'm gonna add some white on top of that and blend it into the background over here. And the great thing about oil paints is they're very forgiving. You can go over it and they're basically erase by moving the paint around. So I'm going to go ahead and do these little mountain peaks and kind of go into the sky a little bit, but not too much. I do have to avoid the trees over here because this black will definitely blend into the mountains if I don't wipe off the bristles of my brush. Okay. Now we are gonna move into the details of this painting. So in the reference photo, you guys can see like flowers and twigs, branches and trees. And this is my favorite part personally. So what you want to do now is make sure you have all your colors that you see in your detailed parts of your reference photo on your palette. Okay guys, so now we're gonna focus on the details of our painting with the colors that we just mixed. You're gonna wanna use like a smaller paintbrush, and that's gonna help you with all the little details. So let's go ahead and look at your reference photo and go ahead and get started and place the colors wherever you see them in your reference photo. This red color right here is mainly in the middle